Wolf Hall is not a period drama, and the direction from Peter Kosminski clearly reflects that. It's a political chess game with strong players. The series is based on the critically acclaimed Man Booker Prize-winning novels by Hilary Mantel, Wolf Hall and Bring Up the Bodies, with the third and final book, The Mirror and the Light, in the works. The story takes place during the Tudor period, under the reign of King Henry VIII. While Tudor history has been exhaustively explored in plays, melodrama, and history books, Wolf Hall approaches the subject as never before. The degree of fiction in these novels can be argued, as the exploration of characters takes precedence over so-called historical fact. Nonetheless, Mantel spent half a decade deep in research. One of the things that makes this piece unique is its focus. Rather than following King Henry, Anne Boleyn, or Henry's other wives, as is usually the case, the story is seen through the eyes of Thomas Cromwell. He is a man that has been predominantly presented in history books and melodrama, until as recently as the last 50 years, as a snake-like villain. Cromwell, as depicted by Hilary Mantel, is a pragmatic lawyer, banker, and businessman. His biggest client is Cardinal Wolsey, Archbishop of York, and then eventually, King Henry of England. He is a worldly, highly intelligent, self-made man who came from nothing, in a time when such things rarely happened. The part of Cromwell is fully inhabited by stage actor, director, and playwright Mark Rylance. While perhaps not as well known among the greater television and film-watching public, he is certainly famous among big-name actors and directors that have called him the greatest actor of his generation. Steven Spielberg has been trying to enlist him for the last 20 years, and finally succeeded with his last film, Bridge of Spies, and his next, The BFG. Royland's performance is mesmerizing and extraordinary, and easily the best of the year, in either film or television. Cromwell is presented naturalistically, with no theatricality. His presence is so powerful that his performance comes through with just as much intensity without dialogue as with, if not more so. The accompanied actors are also impressive. The supporting cast is well populated with the likes of Mark Gatiss, Jessica Raine, soon-to-be Spider-Man Tom Holland, Joanne Whalley, Saskia Reeves, Bernard Hill, and of course, the hard-working and always reliable Anton Lesser. Stand-up performances include Jonathan Pryce as Cardinal Wolsey. His portrayal is heartfelt and has some great interactions and chemistry with Mark Rylance Cromwell. Damian Lewis as King Henry is an inspired casting choice. He's deliciously cruel and appropriately despotic. Claire Foy is pitch perfect and electric as Anne Boleyn. She dominates every scene she is in, and her final scene in both direction and acting is a thing of quiet beauty. Wolf Hall excels in many ways, and its music is no exception. Veteran composer Debbie Wiseman created a memorable and hypnotic soundtrack that you'll probably find yourself humming. The difficult task of adapting and condensing two long books fell to Peter Strong. While working closely with the author, does a brilliant job. Director Peter Kosminski and director of photography Graham Finney worked very hard to capture 16th century Tudor lighting. All scenes were shot in natural light and candlelight. This was achieved in part by a £20,000 authentic beeswax candle budget and the Airflex Alexa camera. The results are quite remarkable, and as well as its beauty, captures a real sense of the past. It is a sign of the times that a Machiavellian-like figure can be so popular as a main character in a story. But while Kevin Spacey depicts as Frank Underwood as an over-the-top performance within itself in House of Cards, it is Mark Rylance that portrays Thomas Cromwell as a complex, realistic human being, with all the strengths, flaws, vulnerabilities, successes, and failures that any one of us possess. 2015 offers a rich tapestry of many good shows from all over the world to watch, and the sheer volume of quality work is staggering. Nonetheless, Wolf Hall is a series that succeeds on every level, and offers a one-of-a-kind performance from Mark Rylance, and stand-up performances from the rest, especially Claire Foy. Which is why Wolf Hall is our #1 pick for the best show of 2015.